talk to you about researching and where to find information for when you're planning to go out. Okay, so first thing that I do when I plan to go out anywhere, and that is get on Google. Good old Google search, eh? So when I go on Google search, kind of two websites that I tend to go on, especially if I just want to go for a nice little local walk in a certain town or village that I'm visiting, I would be looking at the nationaltrust.org or the wildlifetrust.org. Don't get me wrong, there are loads and loads of other sort of websites out there. Plane going by, sorry. There are loads of other websites out there that you can have a look on, and you know, if you've got a favourite or you know of any specific ones, drop a comment below so that not only, you know, just share it out with everyone, including myself. You know, I would love to hear and see and know what other websites that you guys go on. So yeah, drop me a comment and let me know. So that would be my first protocol. Go on to, you know, Google search. My next thing would be, after having a Google search and I find a certain area that I'm thinking, oh, okay, around here they've got some lovely walks around there, I might then go ahead and go and get an OS map of that area, depending if I'm going to go there quite a lot. So this one, obviously Peak District, and if I'm honest, I have been there quite a lot in the past. So it is something that I've gone, do you know what, I'm going to go there a lot, I might as well fork out and get the OS map. And if I'm truly honest with you, it is always best to have a map on you, whether it's an OS map or another type of map. There are others out there. It's better to have a map on you. It's an extra safety procedure, because even if you're following, you know, a very well-known national trail, if the weather comes in and if you get lost, obviously at least you've got a map to be able to get yourself back to civilization and back to safety. So yeah, get yourself a map. Make sure that the map is off the correct area. Okay, so on the back of OS maps they have like certain maps and they have a number. That number will then correlate to the certain map, which then means that you get the right map for that area. Okay, so yeah, so always make sure that you get the right map, the right location, and that you don't turn up to the wrong location. So once obviously I've looked on Google, got my map, I'll open it up and I will plan out where I'm going to go. The next thing that I want to be planning is I'm going to be planning where I'm going to park the car. Okay, I know you think, oh, it's fine, just turn up. No, it's not as easy as that. Okay, I have been caught out with lack of change before now in a car park, and it's not great at all. And then you're having to run around, try and find a cash point, trying to get some change, trying to then go back and park, and it just delays your day. Okay, so always make sure that once you've worked out your area, got your map, that you then work out where are you going to park, where's the best place to park. And not only that, please bear in mind the kind of surroundings, and that you are still looking after the kind of environment that we live in and that the, you know, that town is from. Because obviously what we don't want is loads of people turning up and parking for free on the lane, but because they're parking on the lane, they're intruding on the you know, the natural habitat of the wildlife that are there and that sort of thing. So please, please, please make sure that you work out the best place to park, and that it is safe to park there as well, that you're not going to, you know, endanger other road users by parking on the road and that sort of thing. So please bear that in mind. Okay, so once I've worked out where I'm going to park and I've planned my route from that car park, okay, and it might be a case of, if I'm doing a circular walk, brilliant, that's absolutely fine. If I'm parking here and then I'm going up and then I'm descending somewhere else, how are you going to get from your finish point back to your car park? Okay, you're going to phone for a taxi, you're going to get a local service, bus service. Make sure you research that before you go. Don't just turn up and expect it to be there, because it can be quite difficult in order to get back to the car if you're not doing a circular route. So it is absolutely crucial really that you work that bit out and that you're not going to get stuck, and then you'll then having to do hike extra miles to get to the car. Yes, I have been there and I have done that one, I will admit that one. And it's not nice at all. So please make sure that you plan that appropriately, okay? So that being said, if you're new to walking and you've looked on the website and nothing's really taken your fancy and you're still a bit I'm not too sure, you can always go out and get some magazines. Now the magazines are really quite good. They do have some routes. I'll show you one. Whoop. Okay, they do have some recommended routes where they have a map. And what's good about them is that they almost have like little checkpoints as well, and they'll have a little description of the checkpoints to making sure that you're still on the right route, which is quite good. So again, you can always take a picture of that and take that with you. But obviously don't just rely on this page, because you should have your map, okay? Because that's really, really important, that obviously this map on this page is not got all the information on that you need, okay, in order to navigate. So please, please, please make sure that you don't just rely on that. But they are really good sources of information, and it's been done by people, so which is good, because that's the sort of information that you kind of need really, especially if you're starting out. How long is it going to take me? How long is it for starters? Do you want to do a 6-kilometre walk, or do you want to do a 12-kilometre walk? How long should it take you? That sort of thing, and make sure that you plan that within that planning stage. Another source, okay, of finding information would obviously be books. So you've got kind of guidebooks, obviously more climbing, this one's more for winter walking. But obviously, again, good to get your guidebooks, but again, I wouldn't just solely rely on my guidebook. I would have a map if I was going out walking as well. But obviously, in terms of a resource of gaining information, where to go, that sort of thing, really, really good. And another thing to kind of motivate you and kind of inspire you would be things like autobiographies. And again, with them, they're really inspiring, really amazing to see. And yeah, I just think that sometimes reading a good book, especially when you're out sunbathing on a glorious day like today, not so good for the weekend though, where it's raining. But yeah, when you're reading a nice book and you get really enthralled by it, that's always a good sign, and a good kind of gives you that fire and that passion to kind of want to go and see what they've seen, and obviously gain your information before doing that. Alright. That all being said, okay, I know tangible things, you can always have a look on Facebook. You can talk to friends and family, obviously. Social distancing applies there, guys. And there's clubs on like Facebook, so join groups on Facebook, so like Rambler groups, local Ramblers, groups by you, and they'll have information on where to go, what sort of things they've been, and which is all well and great. But again, obviously make sure that you do have something tangible before you go and embark on the mountains. Make sure that you know how to read your OS map. Don't just say, oh well, it's alright, I've got a map. Well, do you know how to read it before you take it up? Make sure you do. Make sure you know what the key looks like. Make sure you know exactly how to read it. I'm not going to go over that because there are hundreds of Facebook, YouTube videos on that, so I'm not going to go into that because I think that the information is already out there for you guys. But obviously, if you're looking through YouTube and you're still not quite sure, get on a course. There are loads of navigation courses out there, and I think obviously during this very strange time, I think they are doing kind of Zoom calls and that sort of thing, so which you could be able to interact and actually work out whether you can do it and whether you can do it safely. So yeah, obviously start small, build up, okay, make sure you know how to read that map before you go up into the mountains. Last but not least, kind of little tip really, if you are navigating by your phone, because there are some brilliant apps out there, absolutely fine, but bear in mind that technology can go wrong, signal can go, batteries run out, batteries do funny things in different temperatures, whether that's hot temperatures, cold temperatures, so please bear that in mind when you are going out walking and hiking. Again, that's why I always have something tangible. But yes, they are very good, they're excellent, but please bear that in mind, because there have been a lot of instances recently up with mountain rescue that I've seen on social media saying about how things can be avoidable if they had a power pack to supply with their phone, or they actually had a proper map rather than just going by their GPS, because their phone's dying or dead and they've got into trouble and they've only got 1%. Please always make sure that you have battery on your phone and that it is not just your only source. That would be kind of a bit of a hint and a tip for you, quite a massive one. Okay, so I really hope that this has been useful for you. Please make sure that you do plan it properly and that you are prepared before you go out. Obviously it's beautiful sunshine today, you know, you would want your hat, you'd want your sun cream, you want your sunglasses. The weather is going to change, so tomorrow you might need your woolly hat and your gloves out again. So again, always make sure during that planning stage that you make sure that you're prepared for what you're about to embark, and obviously the higher you go up, the colder it gets, so another tip for you. Okay, so give us a comment below, and obviously like the page, share the videos, comment, let me know, was it useful, was it not useful, why was it not useful, open to it all, so but please yeah, get in touch and let me know where you go out, let me know what websites you use and where you find information, okay, and inspiration to go out and yeah, and enjoy the outdoors guys, and I will speak to you soon. Take care, bye!